Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's a blessing to be out here in nature and bringing this message that has been sent to all of humanity, pointing them to look inwardly to discover their true identity, to be their divinity. And I'm just continuing from where our ancestor Abdullah would have taught Neville Goddard to go to the end. That's the reason why, my brother and my sisters, as I bring this message to you, this message is a message of encouragement where I'm encouraging you to go to the end. And if you would have listened to the lecture by Neville Goddard concerning living in the end, you will understand that Abdullah taught Neville Goddard how to live in the end. For Neville, having born in the Caribbean island of Barbados and would have left that island around the age of 17, he would have never ever had such a burning desire to go back home until that particular time in December, after having been studied with Abdullah for over 5 years. And the time was around 1933, and here he had this burning desire to go back to Barbados to visit his family, to be with his family once more. And here was where Abdullah took the opportunity to teach Neville Goddard how to live in the end, and to prove that the end is the beginning and the beginning is the end. How to prove that God is the Alpha and the Omega. Okay? And to prove that God is your own human imagination, the creator in man. And how to prove that God and man are one. Therefore, that's how Neville come to know that the self of man is God. And I can say to you that God is life and life is God. For you cannot separate God from life or life from God. And so Abdullah used this incident of Neville wanting to go to teach Neville also that a desire is a spiritual sensation, and how it's the whole thing about having a desire and bringing forth the manifestation. It's a spiritual sexual act. And so he taught him how to sleep in his mother's home in Barbados while he was living in New York, and going to bed in his home or his apartment in New York. And so he was going to bed in his imagination. So you see, basically imagination is what really creates reality, because the reality could have been that he's actually in New York, because he could have touched the bed that he was on and everything right in New York. And the buildings in New York was built different than those in Barbados, because in Barbados, like the highest building might be like a 2-story or 3-story building. And then in New York, you have 40 stories, 100-story building and so on. And then Neville had to live as if he was living in Barbados, like he's walking Palm Line Street and Coconut Lane Street and so on. And the streets in Barbados are so much different than the streets in New York. Yet he had to live from that standpoint and live in the end. And so I'm encouraging each and every one of you who are listening to me how to live in the end. When you have a desire and you see it in your mind's eye, okay, and you really, really trust your imagination to be the creator in you, and you believe in your higher self, you believe in your God self, there's no way in this world that you'll be able to set your intention and it isn't fulfilled in your life as long as you believe. That's the reason why you're told, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to them that believe. Also, you're told that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, as long as you have the understanding. Because faith is an understanding of how energy, frequency, and vibration works, and how you are the creator and you are the Lord and Master of your own destiny. Until you know that, you will never know faith, because faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word. And how can you hear without a teacher? And how can one teach unless he's been sent? Which means, how can one teach if you have never had the experience? So here Abdullah had the experience of living in the end, and now he was teaching his student Neville Goddard of how to live in the end. That's the reason why I'm here, and I'm encouraging you how to live in the end. I'm encouraging you that when you have your intention and you set your intention out, that you must remember calling to Isaiah 55, and I think it's verses 11, that my words will not return to me void. It must accomplish that which you send it to. You have to understand the principle of sowing and reaping. You have to understand, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You have to understand, as you sow, so shall you reap. So my brother and my sisters, I just want to encourage you how to live in the end. I want to encourage you never to give up on your goals and your dreams. You have to know what you want. You have to be definite. You have to have definiteness of purpose. And as long as you set your intention, you come to realize you can be and have whatever you want in this world. Because the Bible states that if you seek first the kingdom of God and you discover the kingdom of God, that all these things will be added unto you. And the Bible tells you also that the kingdom of God is within you in Luke 17:21. So I'm saying to you, my brother, myself, when you look within yourself and you discover your higher self, you discover your true self, and you trust your true self by living in the end, that it must come to pass. So my encouragement to you is to know what you want, set your intention, and learn to live in the end, because we are all living in the now. There's nothing new under the sun. Always embrace the present moment and always see yourself in the now. You have to live in the power of now. You have to realize that everything already is finished. You have to realize that creation is finished. You have to realize that everything is already here. The television was here before they discover it. When they discover it, wasn't the first time that it was actually available. It was already available, because you yourself is a television. You can see from a distance. The telephone, everything that you see that has been invented, they were already here, just waiting on the inventor to get the idea, right, and conceive it, become impregnated by it, and bring forth that manifestation. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much, and I want to encourage you once more to always live in the end. It is as simple as believing that it is already finished. So my encouragement to you also is, if you haven't subscribed, to subscribe, or if you have never comment and you feel like to comment, you can comment, or you can like, and I'm encouraging you to share these videos also. Also, I want to encourage you to follow me on Instagram at Black Math Guru, and also I'm encouraging you to check out my blogs and my website, blackmathguru.com, where you can read my blogs and be also inspired and be uplifted and encouraged. Now, this message I bring to you is the single eye message of self-realization, which Matthew 6:22 tells you, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. That's the reason why I always give you the symbol of the single eye, and letting you know that when you have the experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in an S-O-N, and that is the dawning of a new day in your life, and that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light, and without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. For the sun parallels the human imagination, the human imagination parallels the sun, and the sun is what powers all of humanity. Therefore, my brother and my sisters, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.